All right, guys, we are living in a pretty germy time right now. I think we can all agree. And if you are really tired of telling your kids to keep their hands out of their mouth or their eyes or their nose or to cover their coughs or cover their sneezes or use a tissue, well, they need to be building some good hygiene habits. So I am talking to all parents and teachers and speech therapists who are working with kids pre-K through elementary. And we want them to be building good hygiene habits so that they're not getting these germs. And the best way to do this is through a game format. So I have created this game for my students and I am sharing it with you guys. So you guys can leave a comment below if this is something that looks like fun and you'd love to use with your students or your children at home. And I will provide a link in the description as to how you can get this game. So it is called Germ Busters, a game for learning germ busting super skills. So we put it in a game format where your student is going to be earning a badge to become one of these germ busters. Okay, so we have 4 skills: coughing, sneezing, washing hands, and using tissue. Now, these are also targeting a variety of speech and language goals. So, this is primarily designed with speech therapy students in mind. However, it is going to work wonderful with preschoolers as well, and any kid who needs to work on just building those good habits. So, good hygiene habits. So, we're going to choose a category. Let's start out with coughing. And we have a boy here who says, earn the coughing badge by collecting these wipes. So if you want to, you can click this video and it will have a very catchy song that teaches your child how to cover their mouth. I just found it on YouTube, and I think that the age group that be watching or playing this game would enjoy this video. So you can also skip over it and just hit start. So another thing, you can use this resource on any device that has internet. So we're talking a phone, when the child's sitting in the car, with a family at home, on the couch, or you can be doing it with teletherapy, or it can be in a speech room with your iPad or computer or tablet. So just so you know, you can use it on any device with internet. And let's go ahead and look at this first scene. So we have a scene of 2 children, 2 girls. They're reading a book together. We have it labeled up here. The girls are reading a book. And this girl needs to cough. We know that because she has a a thought bubble above her that shows that she needs to cough. So it says the girls are reading a book. Uh-oh, one girl needs to cough. And then it presents a question: what should the girl do? And 2 options. So this will be very easy for your child to answer this question over time. Let's say they don't get the correct answer. Well, they have 10 opportunities to be presented with the same problem in just a little bit different of a context. And it's going to be a context that's relevant to being a school-aged child, okay? So let's go ahead and select the wrong answer, okay? So should we cough into our elbow or should we cough open air onto our friend in the book? Let's hit that one. So you hear the whoops and the little red sign popped up here. That gave immediate negative feedback. And then it takes you to the scene of like the actual consequence of what happened when the child sneezed or coughed onto the book. So we have all these little germs here. You'll notice that the girl who coughed, her facial expression didn't change because she is not aware that she should have done anything different than coughing on the book, right? Some of our kids are not aware of that yet. So this child, by her facial expression, you can tell that she is not thankful, but she is disgusted that this girl, her friend sitting next to her, just coughed openly on the book. And then you can look at her thought bubble, and it has pictures of some cleaning items, and this one is blank. So I have left these blank, this one blank, and this one with some items in it so that your child can come up with what they think they're thinking about. So this opens up good conversation and it works on perspective taking skills. So we have, how did that make her friend feel? We can select either answer, and it makes her friend feel disgusted, right? So that's the correct answer. Her friend feels disgusted. We have a nice carrier phrase right here so that your child can practice clearly stating the answer. And down here is a quick navigation bar. So I'm just going to jump over to, let's jump to number 9. And you'll see that all of these have been filled up until this point. And now we're in the section that has boys, okay? So we have the kids are playing with rice and trucks. This boy, one boy needs to cough. This boy needs to cough. We know that because of his thought bubble. What should the boy do? Let's let's select the correct answer now. And it says, how did that make his friend feel? Well, look, he even has a tissue box here. So he feels thankful. This boy feels thankful. And then once again, both bubbles are empty, so your child can decide what each boy might be thinking or about to say. So let's say thankful, move on to the next page. And we just have one more before we get to go to the end and collect our badge. The kids are measuring apples. Okay, one boy needs to cough. This boy needs to cough. What should this boy do? Let's say he should cover his cough in his elbow. How did that make his friend feel? Well, his friend feels thankful. And let's move on to the last page. It says, hooray, you've earned your badge. If you click on this card, you will get a group of children cheering. And then once again, your child can watch this video if they'd like to review the song or sing it again. This is your navigation menu at the top. So let's go and look to see how we can do, let's see. I won't go over sneezing because it's very similar with coughing. I want to save you time on the video. Let's do washing your hands, okay? So once again, we're earning a badge. There's another song they can click and play. And this one is going to have only 6 soaps to earn. And it's going to be asking you for what the next step is. So your child will select each step. These also have sound on them, so if you click it, you'll hear the soap pumping, and let's select that as the right answer. Here's another one, we can hear the sound. And as we go through, your student's going to be selecting the correct answers, okay? We have something here. This is some water playing with the ABC song going. And let's move on. So this will be the next page after is a video of a little boy who is actually going through all the steps of the sequence of washing his hands. So your child can watch it and then they can decide, did he do a good job? Yes or no. And then it takes them to this page, which by this point, your child should be able to sequence the steps in the correct order. And this is a great time for you to encourage them to tell you verbally what they're doing and why they go in the steps that they do. Now your child can also do this independently because once they hit submit, if they have them in the wrong order, the ones that are wrong will pop back out into this area and it will let them continue building the sequence because the correct ones will stay up here. So at this point we've earned our 6th soap bottle. So this page means that we've earned our badge. Once again, we can click this for the kids cheering. We have a different song for washing your hands. And let's go back and see the final. The final category would be using a tissue. So let's select using a tissue. Now this category, you are going to be collecting 10 tissue boxes, and it's really an errorless activity because your child can select using a tissue box or a set of wipes. So it's just find all the germs, then choose something to clean them with. So they can choose either. And really the point of this is to work on answering where questions and using prepositions. So where are these germs? We can say that they're on top of the keyboard, they're on top of the mouse pad, they're on top of the power button, and we can select what to clean it with. I would clean it with a wet wipe. You may use something different, I don't know. And then we have also relevant vocabulary to these children who are school-aged children. So we have like a water play table. Let me show you some of the other things. A kitchen set. We have like a sensory bottle. Let's skip over here. So some familiar items, and you can ask them, where are the germs located? So you have 5 opportunities each picture to use prepositions. And let's go to the last page. Hooray, you've earned the badge. So this is the full resource, and I hope it will be something that really, really makes a difference for your kids on developing these good hygiene habits. So leave a comment below if this is something you need to have with your students or your children at home. And I will also link in the description below a link directly to this activity. Okay?